with God-given prowess and tantalizing self-assurance. Paige Howell's recent release single "Body" turns into pop into a playground, proving that certain post-breakup rules are made to be broken. She teamed up with Lincoln Parrish, who is a former guitarist for Cage the Elephant and current production juggernaut. Howell lends a merciless intensity to the track's bodacious bass line. The New York City native revives the iconic blonde bombshell persona with a twist. Paige Howell is a certified badass, spending her days as a boxing and cycling instructor, and it's Howell's nature to stay in fighting shape and body is the right hook we all been waiting for. And she sold out Webster Hall, Barclays Center, Rockwood Music Hall, and more. So, and I'm joined with guest number two, Paige Howell. She's with me right now. How's it going?
Hello, how are you? How's it going?
Good, good. Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor.
So, you are my first guest through Core PR. I want to give a big shout out to Anna for booking these interviews from the jump and you being the first person from Core that I'm interviewing. And I'm definitely enjoying the music that I've heard from you, including your latest song "Body," which you released this earlier this month.
Yeah, Body came out March 5th, and yeah, Anna is amazing. Core is really a great PR company, so I'm really honored to be here too. And that was the first song I released while I've been working with them, so it's been really exciting few weeks.
We'll definitely talk more about "Body" in just a moment. But before we go ahead, how's everything going with you, health wise, with this pandemic happening? How you feeling?
So the pandemic really shifted my entire life because I was living in New York City until July 2020. And then I just woke up and decided to drive to Nashville one day because there was nothing happening in New York. I moved to Nashville. I actually met my fiance July 4th. I got engaged December 22nd, and he's actually the writer and the producer of Body. So I can't complain. I'm wishing nothing but health and safety for everybody. But the times have been it's been kind to me, so I'm really grateful.
It all worked out well. I mean, there's ups and downs, and people being able to adapt in this, this normal that we are in, and what we're trying to bring back per se. So, I'm glad things are doing well for you, considering everything that is happening. So, let's get into your latest song, "Body," which came out earlier in March. Um,
Yes.
and this song is produced by Lincoln Parrish, who is a
Yes.
former guitarist of Cage the Elephant, which is I'm a fan of Cage the Elephant. They are such a talented band. They are such an incredible band. So this was pretty dope to you and Lincoln to collaborate. How did this collaboration? How did Body came to life?
Well, he is my fiance, but he was playing songs for me one night, and I was trying to figure out. I was writing a bunch of songs and kind of racking my brain out, deciding what was going to be my next song to come out because I hadn't released any music since 2018. I was really busy working in New York and just had a little bit of writer's block. So when I got down to Nashville, I wrote a ton, and there's still some ideas I was working on kicking around then that are going to come to fruition and they're going to come out eventually. And he played Body for me, and he said, I wrote this a few years ago with two other writers, and if you want it, I'd be honored if you would sing it and release it. And I loved the song immediately, and we kind of molded it so that it fit me as an artist. And that's how it happened. It was really magical. It was just kind of meant to be. And we recorded it right in his home. And it was easy to give him notes because we were just right at home. He produced it, mixed it, and mastered it. So it's been really a real big blessing.
And not only y'all did the song, you also did a music video for it as well. It was featured in Barstool Sports. As far as everything else that's happening, as far as shows, um, have you got a chance to perform since this pandemic? Have you got a chance to be in front of an audience with everything that's happening, or how's that? You feeling about that right now?
So I have really an incredible relationship with a few of the venues in Manhattan. My favorites are the Bitter End, New York, Rockwood Music Hall, Bowery Electric, and Mercury Lounge, to name a few. So I haven't actually gotten in front of an audience in over a year now, which kind of is really burning. But I did get the opportunity not once but twice to do a virtual stream. So I did a Christmas show for Rockwood Music Hall, and we streamed it live from the living room. And then early February, we went up to New York City and we streamed live from Bowery Electric through Rolling Live. And if any artists are listening, it's a really great experience. I highly recommend working with them. It was a fully filmed concert series, and it streamed live right from New York City. People could purchase tickets to the show all the way up through the whole week. So it was a great experience and great to be inside a venue, but I really did miss the people. I miss having the crowd and the contact, the friends and family, you know.
Cool. So you've been part of sold out shows for Webster's Hall, Barclays Center, and Rockwood Music Hall. Barclays Center,
Yeah.
that's a large venue. That's home of the Brooklyn Nets. That's
And the
definitely
New
one of
York
those.
Islanders.
Yeah, so that's a big crowd right there. You know, Brooklyn,
Yeah.
Manhattan, surround just New York, they are synonymous with music, and it feels like it's one of those places you have to go. Um, Hopefully, when the pandemic ends, of course, just to have that New York experience with all the boroughs and Times Square. Like you hear this saying all the time in New York. Like if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I've been to New
Yeah, it's
York
true.
before, so and it's it's something else. It's like it's one thing to watch it on TV with all these shows in the studios. It's another just to see it for yourself. It's the Mecca. That's New York. I mean, what can I say?
Yeah,
It's
New Yorkers. I was actually brought up in New York. And I kind of feel like whenever I go someplace else, I have like a little bit of extra confidence, extra edge. So I'll always owe that to New York City.
absolutely. So while you're promoting this body track, which is indeed available on all digital music platforms. Go
Hmm.
stream it, go buy it, go purchase it, go spread the word, continue to support these artists, especially with this pandemic still happening. Um, does Paige has more music in the works? You got any more music that you're going to be releasing out within the next weeks and months?
In the next 2 to 3 months, I'm going to have a follow up single coming out that we just started working on. I'm really excited about it. It doesn't sound similar to Body, but we have like a similar vibe where there's definitely going to be real instruments used. And Lincoln will be working on that one with me as well. So I'm super excited. That will be out, and probably, I'm going to guess, in the next 2 to 3 months for sure.
Just in time for the summer. And you know what? This song definitely has quite the storytelling behind it,
Yeah.
and it's proven that certain post breakup rules are made to be broken. The
Yes.
thought process as far as that's the beauty of I guess being a musician, an artist, a songwriter, is that you're telling a story, whether it's based on your experience or someone else's experience. You hear the song and you know there's going to be people out there that you know what I can relate to that. Um,
Absolutely.
so what's that feeling like when fans reach out to you, whether it's social media or whether it's in person, doing intermissions and stuff, and They say, man, I love your music. You got some music that I can relate to. What's that feeling like as an artist when you
It's
get that reaction
that's
from fans?
that's super special, and that's like a special connection that comes like it's like a rare delicacy that you get. But I've always approached songwriting and songs that I've selected. If it isn't so pigeonholed that it only relates to one person, then I feel like it's going to be a good song. Because if it's relatable, you can write about anything, and no one has to know what you actually wrote about as long as it applies to everyone's life. You know what I'm saying? Like I could write about any situation in my life and make it sound like a breakup or a love story, and it could be about my dog. A body's not about a dog, obviously, but you know what I'm saying? You can take such a normal thing and write about it if it means a lot to you, and as long as you cast a wide enough net, and the song can be relatable to everybody, then I feel like a songwriter does a decent job of storytelling. So that's what I've always kind of focused to do. And of course, some of my like earlier work is a little more specific. Um, but I think that most people can probably find a little bit of themselves in a lot of my songs, and that's what I've always hoped for.
Well said, well said. So, in addition to being a artist, a recording artist, I see that you also an instructor, a boxing and cycling. So talk a little about talk a little bit about that. Going through the instructing work. Talk a little bit about that.
So I actually was growing up and training to be a professional ballerina, and probably around the time I was 10. Well, I actually knew when I was 6 that I wanted to do pop music, but when I was about 10, I kind of started to focus more on music, but I was really advanced in ballet. So I already had really disciplined athletic training, and I was never, ever able to shake it. So all throughout college, I worked out a lot. I cycled. I started taking up boxing because it was very similar to ballet with technique and coordination and footwork. And it's just going to always be part of my life. And I truly treat music and singing the way an athlete would treat their body. I recover properly. I really rarely consume alcohol because it dries out your voice. And I try to treat my body like an instrument. And it's so crazy because most singers and songwriters have musical icons they look up to. And I do, but my idols are actually Tom Brady and Sidney Crosby because I just love how there's no off season for them. They work hard 365 days a year. They're constantly training. They're focused. They recover, and it pays off because they win. So champions like that, or I'm never going to play NFL or NHL, and nor do I want to. But that kind of dedication and that kind of grind just really inspires me and drives me. And I don't think you have to be a pro athlete to kind of apply that to your life. But I do teach boxing, I do teach indoor cycling, and I do teach boot camps every single day. And I also take them. So I always keep myself in shape, which gives me really good stamina on stage. I never get out of breath. So I kind of live my life as an athlete.
You got that championship mentality with those names and Tom Brady and Sidney Crosby. Sidney Crosby, obviously one of the top hockey players of his generation, and
Yeah.
Tom Brady at this point. I mean, he's won more championships than all NFL teams. I mean, by himself. I mean, the guy left his previous team, led his current team to the Super Bowl at its home stadium during the pandemic with no, off season whatsoever and led that team to victory. Like, there are
Yeah.
times I want to
And
hate
it's a
Tom.
mindset.
And being from
Yeah.
a fan perspective, I want to hate the guy because he wins a lot. But then I have to respect the dude for his dedication and his craft. I mean, he's the GOAT at this point. There's no more debate about it. Like 7 wins, Super Bowl trophies. Yeah, you can't even
Yeah.
dispute it anymore.
Yeah. So I just really admire people like that. Like he just eats the right things, recovers the right way, respects his body. And I always say, if something isn't working, then you Tom Brady, you go elsewhere and you do it better. So That's kind of my life motto right now at this point. If it's not working, you go elsewhere and you do it better. And that's kind of what I did. It wasn't working in New York for me. I saw an opportunity. I Tom Brady'd it. I came to Nashville, and I'm happier. I'm starting to work on more music. So it's all working out. So that's my advice to anyone listening: be Tom Brady.
Right to the point. Be Tom Brady.
Just be Tom Brady.
You got to surround yourself. With being a team sport. Obviously, you got sports and music. I say to a certain extent can go hand in hand. Um,
I
you
agree.
gotta obviously surround yourself with good people. Surround with people that has the good intention for you, that wants to see you succeed. For sure. And that's what a guy like a Tom Brady or Sidney Crosby or any athlete wants. You gotta surround yourself with family, some friends, and obviously your teammates. With musicians, there's the artists, the band members, there's the PRs, the managers. Surround yourself
Yeah, it's a
with
whole
people
team.
that has the best interest in you.
Yeah, coaches and teammates. You know that it's never going to be a good thing when you have to play offense, defense, be your coach and the player all at the same time, you know? So you're right. You always have to have teammates and coaches rooting alongside you. I really do feel that sports and music are very hand in hand interchangeable as well.
Pretty much. So check out Paige Howell's latest song, Body. It is out on all digital music platforms. Be on the lookout for the music video. And Paige, it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much
Likewise.
for being on the show. Congratulations on everything. I did actually play Body a little bit earlier this evening, less than an hour ago. I played it several times in the weeks leading up to this interview. So I'm definitely a fan of your work, and
Thank you so much.
you have a good mindset, and you're talented, good approach and everything, and I feel like you already made it far in this music, and you're only going to get better with this. So I look forward to hearing more music from you in the future for sure. So